Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis.
And I'm Haley Wilgus. Thank you for joining us tonight. First this evening, it started as a small crack in a Manatee County Plaza parking lot, but has now grown into a massive hole.
Business owners in the Cortez Plaza East have been dealing with sunken ground for some time now, but as ABC 7's Bo Bethier shows us, the problem may soon be fixed.
This parking lot is filled with holes exposing the ground underneath. It happened when a drainage pipe collapsed, but that was over a year ago, and area businesses and residents say things are only getting worse.
Every customer asks, when are they going to fix it?
Eric Grimes owns Vandergraaf Cortez Coins. The company is located in Cortez Plaza East in Bradenton. From the road, the plaza looks like any other. But when you get closer, you notice something went terribly wrong.
We know that it's a drainage pipe, that it's like a 6-foot culvert that collapsed.
The pipe collapsed in fall 2016, creating the first set of holes. After some back and forth, repairs were finally done in July 2017. But just weeks after those fixes, Tropical Storm Emily came through the area, producing 4 to 6 inches of rain and created several more holes.
The whole parking lot's above a sinkhole. It's not safe.
According to officials, the entire plaza does not sit on a sinkhole. Representatives from Franklin Street Management Services, a third-party company overseeing the repairs, says when the drainage pipe originally collapsed, it washed away some of the ground underneath sections of the parking lot, and heavy rains have continued to erode those areas, causing several other small sinkholes and widening the older ones. But in a statement, Manatee County says the problem will soon be fixed. The property owner is ordering additional material to make the remaining and additional repairs in the next several weeks. But while they wait for the repairs, those who work at the plaza say business is suffering.
Of course, less people coming because they think it's dangerous to be around it.
A lot of customers they'll try to find us, and then when we start telling them which directions they have to go and all the detours and stuff, they just don't even come.
In addition, with the drainage pipe out of commission, area residents say they're now experiencing heavy flooding whenever it rains. Bobeth Yates, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Bobeth, thank you. Concerns surrounding Venice's drinking water are surfacing again. Last month, an independent website published an article accusing the city of Venice of having poor drinking water and a number of policy violations. At the time, the city tested the water and refuted the claims, saying they were not accurate. Just to be sure, some city council members asked the city manager to hire an outside independent investigator. But the city manager pushed back, concerned about spending public dollars. But according to the assistant city manager, they've now changed their minds.
If we need to go the extra mile to prove to everybody that, hey, we are not in violation, our water's safe to drink, we probably ought to consider doing that.
That outside investigator is expected to cost several $1,000s. The issue will be discussed at next week's city council meeting.
The massive and long-debated Aqua by the Bay proposed project is back in the spotlight tonight. Manatee County commissioners listening to the public, and they're discussing whether to approve or deny the project that looks to develop the land on El Conquistador Parkway at Sarasota Bay. ABC 7's Rick Adams has been following those discussions. They've been going on several hours today. He joins us live from the Manatee County Administration Building with more. Rick.
Yeah, Haley and Scott, the meeting just wrapped up and there was no decision made today. Commissioners did hear from folks on both sides of the project. Aqua by the Bay would sit on 529 acres with homes and buildings of all sizes. There are concerns with height of the buildings and the environment.
The county understands the culmination of 25 months of good planning, and their staff understood that, and they have spoken in support of our project, and we believe that it's transformational for this county, and we think it'll be an award-winning community when we're up and running. So we're hopeful that they will approve it, but there's no guarantees in life.
And they will pick up on all this next Wednesday, beginning at 9 o'clock in the morning, when a decision is expected to be made. We'll have a lot more on this coming up tonight at 11 o'clock. Reporting live from Bradenton, I'm Rick Adams. Back to you.
Thank you, Rick. It's time now to check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
And your First Alert forecast for this evening, calling for a few scattered showers. Otherwise, Generally partly cloudy skies anticipated right now. 90 degrees at the Sarasota Bradenton Airport. We have some high clouds around the feels like temperature up there, and the dew point temperature as well. And winds out of the northwest now at 7. We had some cooling showers down south near Port Charlotte and Northport and Inglewood. Those have since moved on. Some heavier activity earlier right there in the northwestern portion of DeSoto County. Some high clouds spreading off from that. Maybe some light rainfall there. Notice this outflow boundary from these cells creating a few brief showers. We may see a few more. We'll keep a slight chance for a few evening showers in the mix. Boy, the rain came down pretty heavy near Port Charlotte. At one point, the downpour creating 2.5 inches of rainfall. Lesser amounts at Lakewood Ranch with a passing shower earlier this afternoon right around 1 o'clock. Well, this is the strongest storm of the season now, the second hurricane. This is Gert, top winds at 100 miles an hour. It's moving away from land now and not having any major impact. For us, some moisture returning a little bit, and this dry air will have an influence on our weekend weather. All that coming up in just a few minutes. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Now to the backlash following the violence in Virginia over the weekend. Republicans and Democrats alike calling out white supremacists and neo-Nazis, saying there's no comparison to other protesters, despite what the president has asserted. In Baltimore, Brooklyn, and Alabama, more monuments and statues honoring the Confederacy are coming down or being covered up. Outrage still pouring in over President Trump's response to the violence in Charlottesville. The president not backing down from his initial response that both sides were responsible for the deadly violence.
What about the alt-left that came charging at the, as you say, the alt-right? Do they have any semblance of guilt?
Florida Governor Rick Scott and Attorney General Pam Bondi speaking out today in response to President Trump's statements.
I served in the Navy. My dad served in the Second World War. I didn't serve to defend neo-Nazis.
No one's going to tell him what to do. I think everyone knows that. He's his own man. I haven't talked to him, and if I talk to him, I'll find out what his thoughts were when he said it, but I haven't talked to him.
While the backlash to President Trump's remarks were swift and widespread, one group was loving his response, the so-called alt-right, with former KKK Grand Wizard David Duke thanking the president for his, quote, honesty and courage. Meanwhile, family and friends gathered in Charlottesville today to remember Heather Heyer, the young woman who was killed during that violence. More than 1,000 people packed the Charlottesville Paramount Theater to honor her. Still to come in your Suncoast News tonight, 2 Sarasota men arrested following a routine traffic stop, what sheriff's deputies found in their possession.
Plus, steps the state is taking to make sure FHP supervisors aren't pushing ticket quotas.
Just go do it. Go do it. If you're not in control, then who is? Live above the influence.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
When you want to get away from it all, to a place where you can do everything, or nothing at all, surrounded by natural beauty and all the modern amenities you might desire, then you'll want to be here at the Wanna Be Inn on the beautiful shores of Manasota Key, Florida. To plan your escape, log on to wannabeinn.com.
Today, everyone is looking for carpeting that lasts longer. G. Fried has you covered with Karastan. With a legacy of quality and integrity, we provide you with a huge selection of Karastan carpets with exclusive lifetime limited warranties. All installed by our highly skilled, highly knowledgeable team. Come ask us why Karastan is the best and most durable. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
This is important news for women who were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and then suffered permanent hair loss. The chemotherapy drug Taxotere has been linked to permanent alopecia or permanent hair loss. Some women administered the breast cancer chemotherapy drug Taxotere have suffered from permanent hair loss on scalp, eyebrows, and eyelashes. The FDA has urged doctors and the manufacturer to warn women administered Taxotere of the risk of permanent hair loss. If you or a loved one were administered chemotherapy intravenously for breast cancer and suffered permanent hair loss, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. If you suffered permanent hair loss after chemotherapy for breast cancer, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free, and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
The ABC 7 First Alert Hurricane Guide. Download yours today.
An update now following a surveillance footage leak showing a mass shooting at a Florida airport. Florida Sheriff's Deputy Michael Dingman has been charged with copying a videotape of the January shooting at the Fort Lauderdale Hollywood International Airport and giving it to TMZ. He's facing charges related to that. That video shows Esteban Santiago fatally shooting 5 people and wounding 6 others. Investigators say Dingman used his cell phone to record the video from a sergeant's computer and then sent it to TMZ.
A prohibition on ticket quotas will become part of training for supervisors and higher-ups in the Florida Highway Patrol. This move is part of a response to a report that an FHP major out of the Tallahassee area sent an email to troopers there requesting 2 citations each hour. Now, the state is looking to reinforce that it is illegal to have quotas.
The rank and file know that they have never been disciplined, they have never been evaluated, there's been no punitive damage, they've never been rewarded for strictly writing citations. They know that they have a job to do because their job is public safety.
That major, by the way, amending his email to troopers patrolling parts of North Florida, stating the directive was not a quota, but he also wrote that more tickets would help reduce the fatality rate within their jurisdiction.
2 Sarasota men have been arrested after a search of their vehicle found drugs and evidence of fraud. Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies first contacted the 2 during a traffic stop in the area of Selma Street and Vinson Avenue in Sarasota. During the search, deputies found fraudulent checks, stolen credit cards, 2 notebooks of personal information belonging to other people, and meth in the possession of Eric Prenisilo and Jeremy Lorber. Both men were charged and taken to Sarasota County Jail on Tuesday.
Stay with us. Bob Harrigan's up next with the first alert weather forecast with a lot of activity in the tropics.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I am creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah.
Consumer Cellular makes it easy to stay in touch with family and stay within our budget.
Now our cell phone bill is only a fraction of what it used to be.
Our average customers get everything they need for about $25 a month, and plans start at only $10 a month with no contracts.
Consumer Cellular has a great choice of phones. Check out my new one.
I picked this simple phone.
I use my son's old smartphone. Kept my number, too.
Consumer Cellular has been an approved AARP provider since 2008, and members get exclusive discounts.
It's a good thing Consumer Cellular is always there, because sometimes I need a little help. Sometimes.
We're proud to have received the J.D. Power Award for highest customer service among non-contract wireless providers.
Over the years, we've seen a lot of change.
We actually use change.
Luckily, there are some things we can still afford.
Like Consumer Cellular.
Stop paying too much for wireless service. Switch now, and for a limited time, get a $20 credit on any new line of service. Call 1-800-920-3084. Go online or visit a Target store today.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000
$10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-685-6422, 800-685-6422.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee County since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
No theater lover's bucket list is complete without the classic black comedy Arsenic and Old Lace. Two adorable old ladies who just happen to poison their tenants and bury them in their basement. Fun and farcical, this hilarious play is heating up the summer at the Players Center from August 9th through the 20th. Call 365-2494 or visit us at theplayers.org. You'll die laughing when you see Arsenic and Old Lace.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now.
So we got all kinds of activity in the tropics to watch, and some storms around here today.
Yeah, finally getting a little bit back into normal, but then we're going to get quickly shut down again on Saturday as some drier air moves in. So it's been kind of a changing pattern as of late. Nothing's been really permanent all summer long. Here's what's going on with our Van Wezel webcam review, showing a lot of sunshine this afternoon. We had a few showers off in the Gulf to start things off this morning. I ran into a few sprinkles up near Palmasola just around 11 o'clock this morning. And then now we have some high clouds. Should be a nice sunset tonight, coming just after 8 o'clock. Well, the big storm we're talking about is now Gert. Gert is the strongest thus far of the 2017 season, as it has a well-defined eye now, but it's well away from the United States, and the heavy winds are staying away from any kind of land area at this point. Well, for us, closer to home, some showers around, a little bit more activity. You can see that with the radar review over the past hour or so, but not too many strong storms around. There were earlier in the northwestern portions of DeSoto County, some light rainfall there in southeast Manatee County, and the outflow is generating a few light rain showers here and there, but not a lot of strong cells. Up near Wauchula, there are some heavier rain storms there. 90 currently, we have a few clouds, and the dew point is high at 74. The pressure 30.08 inches, that's high too, and it's rising right now. 91, the high, that was well above 1 degree above the average, and 78 was well above the normal low, which is 74 degrees. 2/100ths of an inch of rainfall at the Sarasota Braden Airport. We're over 3 inches below average and nearing 4 inches for the year. Well, Thursday's forecast will start to make up for that, as more moisture will be in play, a better chance for at least a little bit more rainfall. Not typical our afternoon and evening thunderstorms, but they'll be around. They'll be back a little bit. Well, 100-mile-an-hour winds now, moving to the northeast, racing to the northeast at 31 miles an hour, as they usually do, these storms. They gain in latitude. They start to pick up speed in terms of their movement, and the pressure 970 millibars. It's continuing to stay out in the open waters of the Atlantic and should not be a factor over the next 5 days for any land area or shipping interest. But this is what we're talking about now. 3 systems, 3 tropical waves all lined up and moving to the west right now. This one is the closest one, and this one appears that it's going to stay on a westerly course in time. The chance of it developing is at 50%. Most of the models agree that it will stay on this westerly course through the Caribbean and eventually into Central America, staying away from Florida. The second one is right there. That has a 50% chance developing. That's looking a little bit more like it's organized right now, and the forecast models take it on this west-northwesterly course. Florida is not in the danger at this point, but you'll notice that all the models are showing this west-northwesterly course. There's Florida. The United States model takes it off into the Atlantic, while the European keeps it off into the Gulf, and then it does an about face and comes back toward Florida. So a lot is still a lot more to go in terms of just watching the storm and seeing what happens The European, by the way, does not develop it into a very significant storm at this point, and that is also a good sign at this point. But just bears watching. Just make sure that you have your hurricane plan in order, and visit mysuncoast.com weather page to find out more information about that. Now, as far as our rainfall goes, a little bit better chance for scattered showers and storms around through the afternoon and evening on Thursday. Friday, we'll see some showers again developing along that sea breeze front. And then Saturday, some drier air slips in and our rain chances slide down. For boaters tomorrow, pretty much similar to what we've seen, a light chop out there. Seas running less than 2 feet. Water temperature now at 91 degrees. Tides upcoming for Sarasota Bay. High tide at 10:49, another at 8:30 tomorrow. There's sunset at 8:07. And the forecast, the first alert weather forecast, partly cloudy, a few evening storms, warm and muggy, 78 for your low. And tomorrow, scattered storms mainly in the afternoon, a high of 91 degrees. And your first alert 7-day forecast is showing a 50% chance for storms on Friday, tapering off to 30 on Saturday. And then it's back in business again. We'll be watching the tropics next week very closely. Back to you.
All right, Bob, thank you. Coming up next, ABC 7's Linda Carson shares how one Sarasota group continues to do what they love.
Coming up, we'll show you how you can sail the seas with a yacht less than 40 inches long.
Tonight, President Trump unleashed, defending his Charlottesville response.
I think there's blame on both sides.
The backlash from a divided nation in search of answers. World News Tonight with David Muir is America's most watched newscast.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
I heard about the Dotoli Cancer Center through friends of mine who had been treated here and were very pleased with the treatment.
If there is prostate cancer, we at the Dotoli Cancer Center will find it using 3D color flow Doppler ultrasound.
And that helped precisely identify where my cancer was and some additional cancers that were not found during the biopsy. I would recommend the Dotoli Cancer Center. As a group of human beings, they are unbelievably great.
It's Lincoln Summer Sales Event here at Alex Karras Lincoln. Drive a brand new 2017 Lincoln MKC Sport Utility for $269 per month, or a 2017 MKZ for $299 per month. We have a great selection of certified pre-owned Lincolns. These vehicles have warranties up to 100,000 miles and come with complimentary roadside assistance. Alex Karras Lincoln, affordable luxury, winner of the prestigious 2015 President's Award, serving Florida's Sun Coast since 1978. We're located 2 miles north of the Sarasota-Bradenton Airport on US 41.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
When severe weather strikes, trust ABC 7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
For your plumbing, electrical, or air conditioning, and services is qualified, and service calls are free. And services.com, A-N-D, services.com.
A group of about 60 people, many of them retired, have found something that thrills them to the bone. It challenges them and it gives them a way to help their community.
Yeah, the Sarasota Model Yacht Club not only has hundreds of races a year, its members also help out many charities. ABC 7's Linda Carson has more in the spotlight.
3, 2, 1. The 21-year-old Sarasota Model Yacht Sailing Club is one of the largest clubs of its kind in the country.
What lures you to do this is the competition and the chance to compete against other guys that sail, because you probably sailed a good part of your life, or at least like to sail. But what keeps you with the club is the friendships that you make and the camaraderie that we generate as a group.
The small boats have to meet certain criteria.
These are a model of a Soling sailboat, which is a full-size boat. It's a class boat, which means that they all have the same hull, sail size, mast height, etc.
Their captains control them from shore.
There's a radio that allows you to control the 2 sails simultaneously and the rudder. And while the control is simplistic, the tuning of the boat and the operation of the boat is not so simplistic.
A lot of these guys are expert sailors.
I've sailed big boats probably for 40 years. I'm the old timer in the club, one of them.
and I sailed radio remote control boats probably for 15 years.
And he says this club was the main reason he and his wife decided to retire to Sarasota. The model yachts attracted Craig's attention too when he first moved here 3 years ago.
2 weeks after we arrived, I showed up at the lake, just always curious about radio control sailboating, and within 10 minutes I had a transmitter in my hand and I was sailing a boat, or at least pretending to, and I was hooked.
It fills a void in his life.
As a lifelong sailor who no longer owns a big boat, this is a great alternative and provides a fellowship that, big boats don't always provide. That can be more of a solo experience.
It's okay if you're a novice.
We have a mentoring program for those who are new to the club or maybe have never even sailed. We match them up with a more veteran sailor and spend a couple of months or more helping them get used to sailing, learning how to tune a boat, learning the rules of sailing.
And there's a guy in the club who buys used boats and fixes them up, and he can repair boats. He can also help you get a boat to race.
It's a great opportunity and a great place for guys and gals to come who want to get on the water quickly and learn sailing or continue their love of sailing.
The Sarasota Model Yacht Club sells Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday mornings here at Benderson Park, and they would love to have new members. They'll even have somebody teach you to sail one of these boats and build and maintain one. Linda Carson, ABC7, your Suncoast News.
A lot cheaper than the big boats, huh?
And safer,
Yeah.
and you're not going to get stranded in the middle of, somewhere if your sail goes down.
Right.
So.
Just need some wind.
Right.
Looks like fun.
And it's been rather calm out there. Not much wind for the sails
part.
as of late. Just a little bit of a breeze. I think the winds will start to pick up a little bit tomorrow, though.
Okay. Thank you, Bob. World News Tonight with David Muir is coming up next. Have a good night.
And we'll see you tonight at 11.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.
Is your old garage door stuck or broken? Would a new one give you a lift? Let Precision Door Overhead Garage Door Service of Sarasota come to the rescue with prompt and affordable repair service. Replacement doors come with an array of styles and colors, and they are rated to meet and exceed Florida standards. From estimates to installation, your satisfaction is our priority. If you're not 100% satisfied with any product, service, or installation, we will make it right, because Precision Door Service is a name you can trust.
Get the hottest deals of the year during the summer clearance event going on now at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota. The all-new Chrysler Pacifica is the KBB 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner and was recently named Consumer Digest Best Buy Minivan for 2017. Get yours today for just $24,999 or get America's Best Value, a new Dodge Journey for as little as $15,999. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram in Sarasota today.
Join the fun at the Weddings of Sarasota 17th Annual Wedding Show at the iconic Sarasota Municipal Auditorium on US 41. Sunday, August 27th from noon to 4. Enjoy food, fun, and entertainment with a runway show on stage at 3 p.m. $2,000 in Weddings of Sarasota dollars given out after the runway show. You must be present to win. Pre-register at weddingsofsarasota.com. Brides and grooms are free if registered by midnight on August 25th. Weddings of Sarasota. Register today.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you. Watch ABC7 wherever you are, on our live stream, on mysuncoast.com, on the ABC7 My Suncoast app, powered by the Eye Associates, providing sight for life, featuring traffic maps and live radar, dining with recipes, and My Suncoast Restaurant Guide. Visit mysuncoast.com. Click on the Apps tab to download the ABC7 My Suncoast app for Apple and Android.
They're coming from Tampa, Fort Myers, even Orlando. They're coming from everywhere for the Sarasota Ford Promise. We promise we're more than a dealership. We're a destination with a movie theater, massage room, aquarium, cafe, and more. We promise to give you top dollar for your trade, even if you don't buy from us. And if you do, we promise you the best deal. Bring us any competitor's ad and we'll beat it by at least $1,000. That's why they're coming from everywhere to Sarasota Ford, where 41 meets 301. SarasotaFord.com.
There are many choices when it comes to AC companies. Our advice? Choose a company that performs employee background checks and is licensed with top manufacturers like Daikin. Daikin offers a 12-year parts and labor limited warranty. For better comfort and value, call Elite Heating and Air.